Welcome everyone to the 20-year spectacular preview. I am, of course, Nebraska Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Zach James, and with us, the voice of PWP Live, Billy Peck. Billy, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to announcing and being part of and witnessing
Yeah,
the 20th anniversary spectacular.
absolutely. I mean, 20 years, Billy. 20 years. I cannot believe it. I mean, my beard does show it a little bit now. I mean, it got some gray in it and everything, but 20 years of professional wrestling here in Omaha, Nebraska. We're going to top it all off on May 28th.
Yeah, very much again looking forward to all the festivities around this. 20 years, a huge accomplishment for really anything to last
Anything.
that
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Um, I have been part of the company for maybe like 6 years. You've been part of it for all 20. You've been
Yeah.
there from the highs, the lows, the highs again, quite possibly the highest of highs at this current
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and maybe probably its biggest, most important event.
Oh, hands down. Hands down, Billy. This is a huge, huge event. It's been just accumulating, like everything's been accumulating up to this point for a while now. We have, of course, the veteran in Joey Daniels. We've got Moonshine Russell, who's been here, I mean, very long time himself. Pat Powers, of course, here as well. Just the name of superstars on the roster that are going to be on the show is just absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. And then we've got, newcomers, up
Oh
and
yeah,
comers, we've got, Tank and the Sieve, with the family. We have Clay Evans. We have, so many
well
young.
you can't forget about the Lady Killers. I mean, they just
Well,
showed up one day
that's
and they just
right.
took
You're
over.
right. You're right.
So
So a mix of people that have been here for a long time, people that have been here for a short time, all of them building up to something spectacular.
absolutely. So Billy, what are we doing here today?
We're going to discuss the different matches. We're going to analyze them. We're going to talk about the history of the matches, the opponents, what's led to what's happening, and we're going to give our opinions on who may come out victorious. Maybe, things will change drastically for
Yeah,
some people after some of these matches, and
absolutely.
we're here to discuss what we think may happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the extreme finale. Billy, this has been something going on all year long so far. Moonshine versus Tanner Renken.
That's right. A big deal match. We're talking about veterans and
Mm-hmm.
up and comers and rising
Yep,
stars. This match is a perfect example of that. Moonshine
absolutely.
Russell been here, maybe not since the beginning, but close.
Yeah, yeah,
Tanner been here for just a couple of years, and they've they they've been having an all-out war for
oh, absolutely.
several months, back and forth.
This turned into a best of 5 series after Tanner was so confident initially that he was going to be
Mhm.
able to beat Moonshine. Moonshine just took him out 2 times in a row, no problem.
That's
I mean,
right.
it was a task for Moonshine, but
Of
he was able to
course.
pin him 2 times in a row.
And
Uh,
and that is with Tanner's manager
yeah,
in his corner too, who may or may not cause some sort of diversion for the outcome of matches from time to time. And
hmm
even on top of that, Moonshine was still able to come out victorious, but Tanner was confident that those were fluke incidents.
Well, that's the other
And
thing. That was months back now.
yes,
Tanner has won the last 2
that's
matches.
true.
The last 2 matches, what has happened? Like, did Moonshine lose his grit? What happened here? Did Tanner just be able to rise above Moonshine all of a sudden? Like, was Tanner right all along?
It's hard to say what happened during those matches. Maybe taking those losses, Tanner was able to change strategy,
Hmm.
change game plan of how to come out victorious.
Well, that's the other thing is you're saying that backtracking a little bit,
Yes.
Moose has been a factor. Okay.
Sure.
Yes, yes, but I the last match that we had, Moose was barred from the ring. Now we have seen Moose come in, while the referee's back is turned, get
Hmm.
kind of involved and stuff like that. That didn't really happen. I know exactly what you're gonna say. At the end of the match, he did come out, but he didn't lay a single hand on Moonshine.
It's
Okay,
true.
sure, it was only it's just a short second
Yeah.
of maybe some kind of distraction of sorts,
Sure.
but in the end, Tanner pinned Moonshine 1, 2, 3.
It's true. I mean, you bring up a good point, and I think that's where Moonshine, I feel like without saying it, Moonshine is maybe almost in a way kind of taken Tanner under his wing.
Oh, that's it.
Well, it
That's an
just
interesting. That's an interesting thought. Really, no, it really
it's
is.
a theory that really just struck me, because he lost to Tanner those 2 times,
Yeah,
and humbly Moonshine has said, he's like, "See,
yeah.
you're
No, he
doing this on your own. You don't need Moose in your corner."
You
But
you absolutely did just knock that out of the park right there. That kind of is mind blowing if you think about it. Yeah, no, the whole time we've been having these discussions with those two. I mean, that's what Moonshine's been saying. He's been Tanner, dude. You're perfectly capable of doing this on your own. You don't need this old dusty whatever he calls biker guy. I don't know.
yeah,
He says it all the time. But that's the other thing. We're missing out a giant puzzle piece here in this whole puzzle here. There's another factor in this match, in the finale,
yeah,
in Chris Havius.
you're right. With Moose being in Tanner's corner,
Hmm.
and it being debatable whether
Hmm.
he's helping or not, the finale is seeing a difference maker come into the picture, and that is, like you said, Chris Havius stepping into Moonshine Russell's corner just to have his back,
Yeah, well,
just
and
to make sure that Moose does not try to interfere.
the other part of this, it's called the extreme finale. It's because it's an extreme rules match. And who better to have in your corner than Chris Havius? This guy was in double death at IWA Mid South. This guy has the scars on his face, on his arm, to prove that he is an extreme wrestler himself. And then, of course, Moonshine, he's had tussles with the likes of Tommy Dreamer, with Rhino, and he's lived to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, sure. I just keep changing my mind back and forth here, Billy. Sure, Tanner has had the last 2 wins on his own, especially that last one, in my opinion. Um, but now we have an Extreme Rules match. This one's gonna be tough, man.
It is. It absolutely is, and I completely understand where you're coming from in changing your mind between who could be victorious out of this, because both men really have the capability, to be on top.
Oh, absolutely.
Moonshine has proved
Hmm.
that he is one of the best.
Oh, hands down. I mean, he's only had the belt a billion times, and I'm
Right.
being facetious here, of
Of
course.
course.
But
Yeah.
this guy, Moonshine Russell, there is a short list of PWP wrestlers that have had 100 matches.
Mm.
Moonshine is almost at 200 matches.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a much even shorter list. Okay.
And how many people have been a Grand Slam champion?
Uh, my recollection,
2, 3 maybe?
three. It's three. It
But
is three.
who was the first?
Well, Con Artiste.
Oh,
Who
I
was
thought
the
it was
second?
Moonshine.
Or wait, actually, no, I'm sorry. You're right. It was Moonshine Russell. Moonshine Russell was the first.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
sorry.
That's
Yep,
what
you're
I
right.
thought.
You're right. You're
And
right.
so, with Moonshine being the first, and like you said, multiple title reigns and holding titles for long periods of time, going against the likes of Tommy Dreamer,
Mm-hmm.
Rhino,
Mm-hmm.
again proving he is one of PWP's best.
Well,
But
yeah.
Tanner Renken, it's too short of a time to tell exactly if he's one of PWP's best.
Mm-hmm.
But in a short period of time, he does continue to prove himself.
I mean, let's just say this. Moonshine Russell is the staple. Okay.
Yes,
But
sure.
Tanner Rankin, he's the future.
It's
He's the
true.
future of PWP.
Absolutely.
There's no debate about it.
No.
Sure, I mean, him and Moose walk around, they have a chip on their shoulder, and I mean, they rub people the wrong way, but man,
They back it up.
they do. They do.
Back it up. Whether we like the way that it's done or not, it's part of wrestling, and they back it up.
And
So I'm
that's
with you,
how it works.
and it's a difficult decision.
Well, okay,
But
speaking of decisions,
yes,
Billy,
yes.
who do you have winning this match? Who's taking it all?
I was about to
Who's
ask
winning
you the
best of
same
five? Oh,
thing.
no, I'm asking you first. I beat you to it.
Zach, it's tough.
It's
very tough.
Yes.
Looking at everything, seeing that Moonshine has Chris in his corner,
Mm-hmm.
and now, to be fair, it has been a while since Chris has done any physical work within the confines of a PWP ring. So
Yeah.
there's going to be some rust there.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he's trying to put on a full-on match or anything, but it's been a while since he's gotten physical. Moose Monsoon is out there all the time in Tanner's corner. If there's a scuffle, who comes out on top there? Why does that matter? Because it could affect the outcome of the match.
Yeah.
Tanner is on his way to great things. Moonshine, I think, still has that upper edge and experience that might see him be victorious.
So you're picking Moonshine for this
I'm
one.
going to go Moonshine.
Moonshine. Okay, so you can't beat the momentum, though. You just can't beat the momentum. He lost those first two matches, but Tanner's won the last two. He really didn't need Moose.
You're right,
and you've already in your description of why you think Moonshine is going to win, you actually sold me on why Tanner is going to win. You're right. How effective is Chris going to be? He hasn't been in the ring in a while. It's been a long time. He's been in the back, doing other things outside of being in the ring.
Yeah.
Moose has actually been out there. He has been physical with the wrestlers and stuff like that, even though he really shouldn't be. But this is extreme.
Like I said,
rules.
Whether we like what's happening or not, that's part of wrestling sometimes.
And this is extreme rules. So if Moose wants to get involved, that's perfectly legal. That's perfectly legal. Is Chris going to actually be able to be a factor in this? I'm going to say because of that, because of the momentum that Tanner has, hands down, I think Tanner's going to win.
I mean, and in this panel, this debate, if that's what you want to call it,
yeah,
you have, I see this stuff from an analytical standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You bring this, from experience of being in
Absolutely.
the ring,
And
and
if
but
anything,
you brought up a good point.
yeah,
The momentum.
yes,
Tanner has
very
the
key.
current momentum, and you being a former competitor yourself in situations like this, momentum is a big deal. So I see where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but I'm still
And
going to
let's
lean
be honest
Moonshine
here.
Russell.
Yeah, it's regardless. It's just if gun to head, who's gonna win? I'm gonna say Tanner. Gun to head to you, I'm sure Moonshine. But
Yeah,
let's face it, this is a toss up. It could go either way.
100%.